Multimillionaire and counting, Gurbaksh Chahal is the son of a postal worker and a nurse. He founded his first company in the bedroom of his family home. When he sought venture capital from investors, he had to hide a few facts about his age and his business experience, which was pretty much none. When he made his first millions, his father suspected he was up to no good. It is my pleasure to welcome Gurbaksh Chahal, whose nickname is G, to Studio 4 to tell us more. G, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
How did you get the nickname G?
Well, I think having an unusual first name, Gurbaksh, is pretty tough to pronounce.
It's not Fred.
So exactly, it's not John either. So basically, I think eventually people started chopping it down. It got to one letter. It was easy, and you can't really mispronounce G, right? So
no,
yeah. So
it doesn't mean anything heady or anything. It's just G.
J-I actually is a pronunciation, or it's actually a word in Punjabi, which means respected person. So technically, I'm getting away with everybody respecting me by default.
Okay, take me back to your roots. Born in the Punjab.
My parents came to America in 1985. There was actually political instability in India, so my dad was on the rush to come to America, and through a lottery-based system, got visa, came with my mom with $25 into America, stayed at many people's houses, struggled. My dad actually got a security job, making $3.25 an hour. My mom got a job as an orderly, so starting all the way in the bottom of the food chain in the hospital. And they, after a year, saved enough money for tickets and so forth. I lived with my grandmother and my 3 other siblings, so we came in 1986 and kind of started our life since then in America.
Small house.
Oh yeah, we were, I think,
tiny neighborhood.
We were 7 people in a 1-bedroom house in the projects of East San Jose, and I think our first car was a 1981 Toyota Corolla hatchback that we could all manage to fit in.
I see.
7 of us. So.
Little crowded?
Yeah.
And especially in California where it's hot.
Yeah.
So, you're living in the 1-bedroom house. Your parents haven't reached the middle class dream, which I'm sure they had. You are thinking, maybe one day I'll be a millionaire, or what were you thinking at 8, 9, 10?
I guess I just wanted to make my parents happy, so I think the deal I had with my mom was my brother was going to be the engineer and I was going to be the doctor. So, they were happy, at least when I told them that at 10. And it didn't work out that way, although I am going to get my doctorate degree, which, ended up becoming a doctor somehow.
Okay, doesn't mean you're going to operate.
No. Doctor of Commercial Science, so a little bit different. I was 10. I had my mindset on becoming a doctor, but then, the internet came along. I was 16 years old, and I was fascinated with what was going on with it. And, again, I had no education, no business mindset, no real idea of what I was doing, but I was determined.
And you'd been bullied because you wore a turban and the kids didn't like that all that much. You stuck out. You go home to your grandmother and say,
yeah.
What am I going to do in this silly country?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of adjustment I had to make. And, having that hardship actually, I think, helped me out a lot as a kid. I mean, I think no kid should endure that, first of all. But I think the fact that I endured it, it just made me stronger and matured me in a different way, so I could look at life a little bit differently and kind of realize what I want to do with my life rather than get embraced of the childhood drama that comes with it.
Sure. So park the anger, park the fear, follow the dream.
Follow the dream, exactly.
16 or so, in school still?
I was actually escaped my high school fiasco by signing up for this program called Excel, which allowed you to not go to high school anymore, but take college classes. But it allowed me no longer have to show up to school at 8 a.m. So I could actually just take college classes and I'd get credit for high school and college at the same time. I did that for 6 months, but really what that opportunity gave me is the fact that I actually had my time to myself. So I could go ahead and, start a company in my bedroom if I wanted to. And that's kind of what I did for the first 3 months, and made enough money, showed my parents, convinced them that this is something I really wanted to do, which was very unconventional for Indian parents. And once they believed in it and realized everything was on the up and up, gave me the opportunity to drop out.
So your first company was?
Click Agents.
And advertising on the net?
all my 3 companies have been online advertising related. So first one is Click Agents. Started that in December '98, sold that to ValueClick in December 2000 for $40 million. I was 18, and then I stayed on at ValueClick for a year and a half. A year and a half after that, I started my company called Blue Lithium. I was 21, and 3.5 years later, sold that to Yahoo for $300 million.
Oh, so from 40 million to 300 million.
Yeah.
And at what point did your father figure you were legitimate, that you weren't doing something illegal, making all this money?
I think once he realized I was going to drop out, he did his due diligence and figured out everything was on the up and up, and you know, granted me his wish then.
Well, it's the all-American dream story, as you know. Young boy, bullied at school, taunted, immigrants, grows up, has an idea in the bedroom, makes millions. And then what changed for you? Personally, with people you knew well,